Good afternoon. I'm calling this meeting to order. Welcome to the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club, the best Rotary Club in the... We'll start the meeting with an invocation with Lynn Tucker.
All right. Let's remember that the Golden Rule is a true guidepost for our lives. If universally held, there would be no wars, no hunger, no crime. Let us continue to help those less fortunate and strive for peace and goodwill. Amen.
All right. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, please join me in the four-way test, which is right over here. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it good better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? All right, and today's song is with David Bricka.
On this beautiful, beautiful day, let's sing America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
All right, you may be seated. All right. Do we have any visiting Rotarians today? Chris Rothenbuehler. Can someone take her a mic? Is someone taking her a mic? Anyone take her a mic. Thanks, Julia.
Introduce my good friend over here, David Lukoff. And here, I'll let you say a couple things too.
It's nice to be a past district governor and be able to walk into a club and not get thrown out. Thank you.
Welcome, David. All right. And we also have a visiting Rotarian in the back with the tulips, Julia. We have Christy King from the LaConner Rotary Club. And why don't you talk a little bit about the tulips?
Okay, so our spring fundraiser we do every year is we get tulips from Washington Bulb, and then we sell them and make $1 profit. And what we raise, we then reinvest in our LaConner School District, mainly the elementary school food project. So thank you for buying flowers, and you have a wonderful club. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What's that? And they're $7 a bunch, and I take either cash or credit, either way.
And she will be here after the meeting as well.
We do have a Rotarian here, and I'd like to introduce Roger Anderson. There he is.
All right. Anyone? And then do we have any visitors besides the Students of the Month and program? Do we have any visitors? All right. I don't see any. So let's move on to club business. So on Saturday, May 17th, our club, along with our friends from Mount Vernon and Burlington, will be taking part in something truly epic. We're joining 75,000 Rotarians across the globe for the Epic Day of Service. And here in our area our project is going to make a huge impact right in our own backyard at Helping Hands Food Bank. You can see the draft press release that I put on the tables and the social media post. And here's some of what we're planning if you haven't read that. We're transforming their food forest into a community garden space. We're talking compost stalls, raised garden beds, fruit trees, a brand new garden tool shed, and more. There will be tractors, tillers, dirt, sweat, shovels, and more. Why? Because food insecurity is real, and this project helps people grow their own food, learn new skills, and connect with their community in meaningful ways. We also plan to have an army of volunteers assembling chow bags for kids, outreach kits for our unhoused neighbors, and repackaging food in bulk. Everyone, no matter their skill or physical ability, can take part in this epic day of service. And here's where we come in as a club. We've already secured the $5,000 from District 50/50, but to make this happen the way I believe and the board believes it should happen is that our club, the best club in the universe, needs to invest about $6,500 more to make it the complete project from start to finish that Rebecca is envisioning. So this is the kind of legacy project that aligns with everything we believe in. It has a local impact. It's long-term sustainability, hands-on service, which we don't get enough of in this club, community engagement, and Rotary values in action. So right now, what I'm asking for is a motion from the floor to donate $6,552 from our club, which is reallocated from money that was earmarked for shelters at Olmsted Park. So by funding this project, we'll make this day not only epic, but unforgettable. Do I have a motion? Okay, so it was moved by a couple of people. We'll take Mike Moser. And do I hear a second? And a second by Danny and David. All those in favor, please say aye. Anyone opposed? All right, thank you very much. Okay, now on to a bit more club business. So as part of our annual financial review and in keeping with the club's long-term sustainability plan, I'd like to bring forward a request for your feedback only, regarding a potential membership dues increase for the 25-26 year. So this will be for Lynn's presidential year. Our current dues are $225 annually. Our budget, according to what the latest budget we've seen from Steve, shows that we're currently able to meet our obligations at this level. However, as noted in the club minutes from President Phil Brockman's term 2 years ago, the board at that time approved a plan to gradually increase dues by $25 increments to account for rising costs, including Rotary International and district dues, which have been increased this year, as well as growing expenses associated with club events. And this is just my, I feel like, reminder to everyone in this room. Club is what pays for our fun and fellowship events. Foundation is what pays for our service projects and our other things that we do good in our community. So they're two separate funds, two separate boards of what we just meet together once a month. So why does this matter? So attendance at luncheons has declined. We usually have about 45 of 100 members attend regularly, which affects our ability to raise money through fines, happy bucks, and raffle tickets. Event costs continue to rise. For example, the cost of the Christmas party came in at $6,500 instead of the budget of $5,000. So we're going to look more closely at expenses for these type of events in the future, but as president, I think it's due diligence to have full transparency for the club. So, you know, why, especially myself, I keep harping about RSVPing and then not showing up. Every person that doesn't show up, we're still paying for with a caterer, for example. We want to maintain the financial health of the club without putting the burden on the regular luncheon attendees. So at the same time, though, it's important to the current board that we maintain accessibility for all members and avoid pricing anyone out of membership. At the same time, we must continue to operate responsibly and proactively plan for future expenses. So next steps, as you probably saw in the email that I sent out, I'd like you to provide your thoughts and feedback to either myself or any board member. And this can be this year's board or next year's. We'll all chat because we'd like to figure out if we're going to raise it by $25 at next month's board meeting. So that way Sheena has time to make that change reflected on the July 1 invoice. So that's that. So no motion needed. Let's see. And finally, a reminder that, let's see, next Thursday, I'm trying to make sure that I let you guys know here who's going to be the program. So next Thursday is going to be Monique Brigham from the Sedro Woolley Chamber of Commerce. She's going to be the program next week, and she'll do a great job. So you'll not want to miss it. Are there any other announcements from the floor? Lynn Tucker. Yes, that would be great.
So just a real quick prep for what we're going to need for the Epic Day of Service. We've broken this down into 5 different areas. We're going to be doing quite a bit of stuff, but if we have lots of hands and a few tractors, it's really going to make this go fast. So we're going to need there's a very large pile of brush and stuff that Rebecca's wanting to get moved. We're going to need somebody with either a big tractor with a bucket and a thumb, or a small excavator or a regular excavator. And I think Mark Nielsen's working on dump trailers for that. But what we've tried to do is try to divide things up into different kind of operational areas. So probably at Rusty Zipper, I'm going to ask somebody like, I don't know, maybe a John Schmidt or somebody like that, to help out with building something. We're going to build some compost bins for all of the food stuff that gets set aside, and put it in the compost bin. So we're going to be looking for somebody to kind of ramrod that. Most of what we're doing is not a lot of skilled labor. It's normal labor. But we're going to be looking for clearing some spots, doing some rototilling, opening up some areas between the existing bushes and trees for some community gardens. And I kind of limited Rebecca to like 5 different areas because she had more than 5. But what we're hoping is we're going to pick these areas that we're really wanting to get done and make sure they get done. And so if you've got a tractor with a rototiller, I'm bringing mine. I think Rebecca's got a little tractor that's coming. I think a couple other people have answered up. So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be looking for commitments from folks to do all that stuff. We're going to be building a shed from a kit. So if you're into Legos or IKEA type stuff, we're going to be building a shed from a kit. So we'll probably need another John Schmidt out there to help out and build that. And then we're going to be putting up some raised beds. We're going to be moving some dirt. We're going to be, I think Steve's got an angle on some gravel for us. So we got a lot of different things going on. We're going to be looking for people to kind of head that up, and then bodies to help. We've got some commitments from, which club was going to send us some money?
District 50/50.
District 50/50. I think one of the other clubs is going to send us some money too, but we're hoping to get a lot of help from other clubs too. So, we could have a bunch of people there, and we'll just really need somebody to guide some of those folks. But that's what we're going to be looking for next couple of weeks. So don't be surprised if I hit you up to see what we can come up with. Carl. It's going to be May 17th, right out the food bank. So we'll be asking a little bit more specifically in the next couple of weeks. Thank you all.
And big thanks to Lynn and Rebecca for doing the heavy lifting on this, quite literally in some cases. So much appreciated. All right, let's move on to new member induction. For real this time.
Packet here.
Right here.
Oh, good. Okay, this is not a rerun. This is for real. President Ruth, fellow Rotarians and guests, it is indeed an honor for me to induct Mandalina Mushango as the newest member of the Sedro Woolley Rotary Club. The mission of Rotary is to provide service to others, promote high ethical standards, and advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace through its fellowship with business, professional, and community leaders. We are not a political organization, but are dedicated to the practice of good citizenship. We are not a charitable organization, but are dedicated to helping our fellow man. We are not a religious organization, but are dedicated to the ideals of morality and high ethical standards. We bring together our individual skills, resources, and qualities of leadership to improve the quality of life for people not only in our local communities, but also in communities around the world. Mandalina, or Mandy, as requested, you have been chosen for membership into the Rotary Club of Sedro Woolley because the Rotarians of this club feel that you possess the qualities of leadership in your field, the qualities of personal conduct, the willingness to share those qualities of personal conduct, all directed towards the pursuance of Rotary's mission. It has been said that when a Sedro Woolley Rotarian is asked to perform, the answer is President Ruth, fellow Rotarians and guests, please join me in welcoming Mandy as the newest member of the Rotary Club of Sedro Woolley. Thank you.
Welcome, Mandy. All right, and now we'll move on to everyone's favorite part of the program, Students of the Month.
Hi, good afternoon. And first, I want to share what an honor it is to celebrate these two young individuals. They both have Rotarians as parents. So we have Miss Richardson, who's our president, and we also have Mr. Josh Rickway. And his grandfather, Louis, is also a Rotarian. So that's very special. The other thing I want to share before I get started is that, hi, Mr. Isaacson. You're in the back. Yay. We need to get pictures with you. Elementary school friends. Excellent. So standing before you two are also two of our valedictorians for the senior class of 2025, which is very special. Beyond their grades, though, when I think about what we look for in future Rotarians, each of these two individuals have the characteristics of exactly what we're looking for. Because not only when I read the achievements of what they've done, it's that personal connection that they make for their fellow students, for those who need extra help, for students who have disabilities. It's truly incredible to witness, and their presence is known everywhere they are. And so I just want to start with that before I begin. At this time, I am honored to recognize Shelby Richardson. She is the daughter of Vince and Ruth Richardson of Sedro Woolley. Shelby maintains a 4.0 GPA while being actively involved in our high school. Shelby has been on 4 years of soccer as the JV captain. She has been 2 years of basketball with 1 year as team manager and 3 years as tennis as the JV captain. She has participated in and as a member of the following clubs: Cub Crew Mentor, Club Diversity, Varsity and Volunteerism, all 4 years. Associated Student Body Secretary, yearbook staff for 4 years, and recently has been the editor for the last 2 years, which is a massive undertaking. Camp for 3 years and Earth Club for 1 year. Shelby's academic achievements include department awards in American Sign Language, Business and Marketing, English, Math, PE and Health, Science, and Social Studies, Student of the Month Awards in Leadership and Social Studies, recognition awards in Camp, Varsity and Volunteerism, and also is receiving the Triple Threat Award for 3 years. Triple Threat Award. And that means that she has participated in 3 different sports for 3 years. We call that our Triple Threat Athlete Award. Shelby has been named one of our class victorians for the class of 2025. Outside of school, Shelby enjoys spending time with her family and friends and reading. She also enjoys volunteering and works with groups and organizations such as Skagit Regional Health Foundation, Festival of Trees, Sedro Woolley Rotary, and the local Reading and Resources event. Shelby also enjoys babysitting as a side job. So if you have any little ones, she's your person. At this time, I'd like to have Shelby come to the microphone, share who's with her here today, and also her plans after graduation.
Hello, thank you for having me here. Today I'm with my mom, Ruth, my dad, Vince, and my brother, Hunter. After high school, I plan to attend Western Washington University, where I plan to pursue a degree in elementary education.
Brian, did you hear that? Yeah, perfect. Okay, just making sure. I'm honored to recognize Mason. Mason Requay is the son of Josh and Amy Requay of Sedro Woolley. Mason maintains a 4.0 GPA while being extremely involved in our high school. He has participated in football all 4 years with a varsity letter, basketball for 1 year, unified basketball for 3 years, and I'll explain what that is in just a minute, and also track and field throughout his entire high school career, lettering all 4 years. Mason has also played baseball for the Summer American Legion team, has helped our Powder Puff football and played Buff Puff volleyball team. That's for homecoming. And Mason has been a member of our Sedro Woolley High School teen court for 2 years, participated on yearbook committee for 2 years, has been in Cub Crew mentor for 3 years, and has also participated in all the homecoming activities. One of the joys that I have is the privilege of watching our unified basketball team, which is students such as Mason working with our life skills students, and they are on the court and they then compete against other area high schools. And if you could see at the end of the game, like Mason just makes everyone feel so welcome. And I have on my phone video of Mason helping one of our students make a shot into the hoop, and the entire crowd went wild. And so I just want to share how special that membership and the participation and the support and coaching that Mason provided on the unified basketball cannot be overstated. Some of Mason's academic achievements include being a member of National Honor Society, being in the event coordinator on the National Honor Society leadership team for 3 years. Mason earned 9 department awards his junior year. He has earned Student of the Month for both Family and Consumer Science and Speech and Debate. Mason has been named Teacher of the Week in the Cub Club Preschool and Child Psychology. He has also been Seroptimus Student of the Month, and Mason has been named as well one of our class valedictorians. Outside of school, Mason enjoys playing piano, hanging out with his friends, snowboarding, and playing with his dog, Howie. Mason also has work experience as a freight worker for Pioneer Marketplace. At this time, Mason, come on to the mic, share who's with you here today and what your plans are after graduation.
Hi, I'm Mason. I've met many of you here, I believe, and others. I'm here all day, so I love to talk like my grandpa Louie. And it'll be nice to meet you. I'm joined by my parents, Josh and Amy. As Ms. Carlton said, my dad, Josh, is a Rotary member, Rotarian, and I'm also here with my grandparents, Joanne and Louie. Louie is a Rotarian, as you know, and I'm also here with my grandparents, Jack and Peggy. After high school, I plan on attending Gonzaga University, and I will be majoring in criminology there, and I will also be on the pre-law track. I hope to go to law school after, but that's only if I decide that I still am interested in law after criminology. I'm also interested in criminal justice and forensics too. So, yeah. Thank you. And yeah, that's all I got.
And then, hold on. So was it, were you able to get a picture of them when they were little? So this is a picture that Miss Richardson provided. It's with Mason and Shelby for Halloween. Is that
I
nice?
apologize to the online folks for not having
Yeah.
that posted for you.
Oh, wait, hold on. Do you mind bringing it back? Thank you for letting us honor these two amazing individuals. Thank you.
Okay, and now we have anniversaries with Yulia.
Thank you so much. Month of April, what a beautiful month to have a wedding and start a marriage. And we have 5 Rotary couples who decided to tie the knot in April. We have Mark and Gail Nilsson on April 7th, Curtis and Colette Melder on April 5th, Dawn and Darlene Olmsted, April 19th. And we have 2 wonderful couples present here today. We have Jim and Sharon Dillon on April 11th, and they're going to tell us a little bit more. We want to know all about your family. And so lovely for you to be here today, Sharon. You might need the mic, yes.
Well, you probably already know my wife pretty well, of 44 years. 2 sons and 3 grandchildren. It's been a hell of a ride. A friend of ours who died at 101 years old a while back used to use that phrase all the time, and it certainly is apropos for right here. It's been a hell of a ride.
Thank you so much. Happy anniversary, Jim and Sharon. And we have another couple here with us today, and we're absolutely thrilled to have them. They made it, and that is Mike and Shelley Moser.
Stand up. Well, April 25th will be 33 years, and I'm going to let her talk.
And I won't be in the country to celebrate our anniversary this time. So again, yeah, a hell of a ride, right? So we have 4 kids. We have our 6th grandchild on the way. He should be here in the next couple of weeks. But on our anniversary, I'm not going to be in the country because our youngest is getting married this summer, and we're going to go to London and find a dress. She lives in Glasgow, Scotland, so I figured it was a good place to meet. I don't know. We've done just a wee bit in our 33 years. A few companies come and gone, and a few other changes. And but I do want to say also a very personal thank you to all the support for my recent appointment to the school board. Many of you have reached out, and I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to serving.
All right, and today we're going to do things a little bit different with Sergeant Arms since we're running quite a bit later than we want to. I think everyone just crack open your wallet and pull out $2. And Josh and Julia, why don't you go around to the tables and collect it, and then we'll go straight into Happy Bucks. Oh, and we'll do a raffle right now. But first, Carl has an announcement.
Fellow Rotarians, I'll make it really quick. Every year we get a donation for at least the last 20 years from Woods Logging, and this year is no different. They're donating a electric mower and there's a electric weed eater in my truck. And I just want to promote them because they have they always come up big for our auction, even though they're not members. And it's important to promote the people that help us serve the community. And Woods Logging is one of the very best. They have the very best equipment. Steel is amazing. I'm now the proud owner of many steel implements, and with my wife over here is the leading purchasing agent for our house now when it comes to electric equipment. So just say thank you to Woods by buying from them. They're really, really great supporters of our club. Thank you.
All right, and now Happy Bucks. I'll start. I have a happy 20. It means a lot to me to see my daughter being recognized as Student of the Month, and she's pretty amazing, and it makes my little mom heart happy. So
I've got a happy 20. I'm very, very happy about the kids, Shelby and Mason, really great. I'm not going to be here next week. I'm going to be in Pullman, Washington. I'm very excited. My sister and I, we were elected co-presidents of the Skagit chapter of the Washington State University Alumni Association. So I'll be assuming that position next week, and I'll be in my happy place. And also, I have Joe Jones isn't here today, but I'm in my Uncle Dave mode because Bailey's fiance is a fraternity brother of my nephew Blake, and David Jaquish is one of the nicest young men I could even imagine. So I'm so happy for Bailey and David in the upcoming wedding. And I haven't bought any more tool. I still am at 50 yards, so I'll keep you posted, Mike. So that's it.
And oh yeah, you want that, don't you? And I also have a happy 20 for my student of the month, Mason. So just so proud of what he's ended up at this point in his lifetime, and he's got a lot of life left ahead of him. And notice he didn't say that he likes to talk like his dad. He likes to talk like his grandpa. So makes perfect sense, right? So thank you.
Okay, I have a happy 20 as well. I have 10 and then I'll have to Venmo 10 for Mason and for Shelby. Congratulations. We are very, very proud of you. Thank you.
And I won't say very much. I got also a happy 20. Mason, congratulations. And I have another $1 here because I ran into this guy at Walgreens yesterday and I said, you know, you haven't been to a meeting for a long time. And I said, Roger, why don't you come tomorrow? And he did. Happy buck for Roger.
I have a happy 20, 10 for the kids. Congratulations to our students of the month. You both are incredible, and I look forward to seeing what you do in the future. And then another happy 10. We just recently did the oath of office for Shelly, and I am excited to have her on board. And we're back to a full board, so I'm excited about that.
I got a happy 20, and then I got to do a plug for my dad here too. I actually survived last weekend, sober with 6 teenagers. It was an all weekend Airbnb getaway. I survived with my sister, and she wouldn't. Yeah. Anyways, and that was a sober weekend. I did want to do a plug for my dad real quick. He has a pretty much brand new walk-in jacuzzi tub that he had gotten from Marcia that she cannot I guess get in and out of after all. So if anybody's in need, he's willing to just give that to anybody in the club or family friends. It's really nice. Like I said, step in bathtub. If anybody is interested, get a hold of me and I'll give you pictures and that's so on and so forth. So
thank you.
I have to Venmo my 20. Thank you to the area presidents who voted Helping Hands to be the recipient of this epic day.
I only have more than 3 or 4 or 5 projects if more people show up. So don't think that there's an unlimited amount of people that need to show up. Y'all can show up. We invited Rotarac. We invited the volunteers, the kids at the high school, the leadership teams. So there will be a lot of people there, but we do need you to be there. And this will close up a Department of Ecology grant that we're finishing up. This will be the last project. So it's a big deal for Helping Hands to finish this project with the state so that there's more funding that will come down the road. So thank you all for doing that.
Happy 10. Been invited down on Friday to the Auburn School District to do some teaching on technical theater. So we'll have some young folks from the 3 different high schools there learning backstage work with the lighting, sound, rope work, and also hopefully be able to fly someone at least 6 inches off the ground for their Peter Pan production. So looking forward to those young folks working forward to their overhead rigging certification.
I have a happy 5. I'm pleased to have the visitor from LaConner. A couple of weeks ago, I had the pleasure of attending a meeting at LaConner when my daughter Whitney gave the program. I've been to a couple LaConner meetings over the years, and if we're the best Rotary Club in the universe, LaConner might be the second best. They're an outstanding group of people, and it was a real pleasure to go to that meeting.
Thank you. Okay, I think that's it.
All right. And while David's walking up, I have one small plug to the club. We met last night as the presidents for our Area I. And as some of you might be reading in the newspapers or seeing on TV, our area is taking a pretty big hit on Canadians who have decided not to come down south of the border. It's really, really seriously impacting the district conference. And for those of you who have organized events, you know that you guarantee so many rooms and room blocks. And if you don't make that block, their organization is responsible for paying for those. And our district is going to be in some serious trouble if we don't help. I know that our club typically doesn't participate in large numbers. So what I'm asking is if you have the opportunity to attend the conference for once in your life, this would be the year to do it, because Dave Duskin is about the nicest guy you can meet. And he called and talked to me for about an hour this week. And you can tell he's sweating some bullets on this one. So I'm going to pass these around while David's introducing our speakers. And I'd encourage each of you to think about, if you have that weekend free, at least staying one night. It's at the Tulalip Casino, so it's relatively close and it'll be a good time.
Ruth, are we gonna do the, yeah,
Yes.
we just skip it. Sorry.
We'll do 3 numbers really fast.
3. Okay. All right, we have number 5. And it bounced out and bounced into here. I'll give it back to you. Okay. Oh, easy. All right. And the second number is number 1. Number 1. Okay. 1. Sold. Okay, and number 25. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Cash, $15. Yeah, very nice. Last number to replace number 1, which apparently wasn't here, 30. Okay. Ellen. Go. Okay, perfect. All right, there we are. Thank you. Thank you, David.
All right. I'm so excited to have Renee and Ellen here. A couple years ago, I volunteered a day to go along with a volunteer driver of Meals on Wheels. And it was such an amazing experience to be with this person who did it every week and spend time going to the different people on his route. And it's just an amazing, amazing service that the Skagit County provides. Ellen and Renee are involved in that. And with that, I'm going to invite them up here and carry on. So here.
Thank you, David. I am going to be really quick because Ellen's presentation is more precise and beautiful, and I'll have her work that she put into it. So I'll be really quick with mine. My name is Renee Nelson. I am the Senior Program Manager for Skagit County. I oversee senior services throughout the county from Concrete, Anacortes, Mount Vernon, Burlington, Sedro Woolley. So that's my role here. I'm here to talk specifically on our Meals on Wheels program. Oh, wait, yeah. Okay. Here we go. First off, as many of you know, the senior population has challenges when it comes to food security. As we know, 1 in 6 seniors in the U.S. faces the threat of hunger or malnutrition. 34% of seniors report having less nutritious meals, smaller meals, or skipping meals. This is recent data. It's serious. It's not going to go away. If anything, our aging population is showing us that it's going to continue to grow. Last year, we served 820 seniors home delivered meals to their homes. These folks are those that are 60 or older who have a difficult time getting out of their homes unassisted, or maybe have a hard time standing or just getting up to prepare a meal. That's where we come in. That's where we can help. And I'm going to skip that because that's 9 minutes long and that'll take away from Ellen. But that was a really awesome video of one of our clients and one of our delivery drivers talking about their connection. When we deliver meals, we deliver a hot meal Monday through Friday. But what I want to stress is it's not just the meal that we're delivering. What we're delivering is a friendly face. We see eyes on our clients Monday through Friday. We can see changes. We can see when they're in need of additional assistance. We are not just a meal. We are so much more than that meal. And I want to share a little bit about our program here in Skagit County is very unique. We still deliver a hot meal Monday through Friday. Most all areas throughout the state of Washington, especially on the west side, deliver frozen meals. So frozen meals, 7 days worth once a week, or 14 days worth once every 2 weeks. So we are unique. We have the ability to care for the senior in a way that other areas in the county or in the state cannot. So, and that's not just due to funding, it's also due to our volunteer capacity in Skagit County. We have a fierce force of 275 volunteers at any given time in the county, helping us get these meals to seniors in their homes. So it's really quite unique what we have here in our community. And I want to share just a quick process of how it all works. I get asked this question a lot, and I think it's kind of interesting. So our kitchen, Central Kitchen, is based in Burlington at the community center. We start at 4:30 in the morning, and we prepare food from scratch. As we know, scratch food, we can control the sodium content and the nutrient content easier that way. We pack up food in bulk, and we drive our temperature controlled vehicle straight out to Anacortes and to Mount Vernon. We offload in bulk, where we have volunteers package into smaller containers and get it ready for the drivers to pick up. That vehicle comes back to the Burlington kitchen, reloads, and comes out to Sedro Woolley and up East County on certain days of the week. So it's quite a process to keep the food at the right temperature, make sure it's good quality. Holding it that long can be a challenge. So we really customize our menu to make sure that it's a pleasing meal that's still brought to their home in a nice way. We do, I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm going to keep going on this because I want you to get up here. We also offer Insure, which is unique as well for those with, different tooth or mouth issues, or maybe they just are malnourished and need those extra calories for their day. I'm going to share with you, as you know, the benefits of us coming into the home. One of the most noticeable is we hear from hospitals that those clients that are getting home delivered meals, they do not get readmitted quite as often as those that we are not serving. So we hear that a lot. We get referrals from hospitals, nursing care facilities, so we can really help these people stay in their home and healthy. And that is our main mission, our goal. And I'm going to do a quick shameless plug as we have our big Meals on Wheels fundraiser this coming Thursday, a week from today, at Bertelsen Winery on April 24th. It's a really great time. We have Chris Eager come play acoustic. We have Birchview over there as one of our sponsors. And we'd love to see you there. If you have any questions or need any material, I'll leave the flyer up front for you. But thank you so much for the opportunity. Ellen has some great material she's going to share with you. She does a great job. Can't say how much I appreciate her and what she does for this community. She's very good at her job, and I'm very lucky to work alongside her. So thank you.
Well, I guess I could start talking. So thanks for having us. Thanks, Renee, for coming. I know you have to go to another meeting. I'm Ellen Schweigert, and I've been the Senior Center Coordinator for Sedro Woolley for 28 years. And I've seen a lot in those 28 years. But what I'm going to share with you today is a little bit about how it all got started. And that, because we've been over there for 40 years, that building. This summer, we're having a big anniversary celebration, but I thought I'd share with you a little bit about what is a senior center and when did senior services start in Skagit County. So our senior center is a community center where older adults can congregate to fulfill most of their, or some of their social, physical, emotional, and intellectual needs. And as Renee said, we have senior centers in Burlington and Sedro Woolley, Mount Vernon, Anacortes, and in Concrete. So in each senior center is unique. Sedro Woolley is a partnership with the city of Sedro Woolley with the county. Mount Vernon is run by the county. Burlington is a partnership with the city and the county, and Anacortes went off on their own and is owned entirely by the city and the foundation that Anacortes Senior Center has. Meals on Wheels does operate, though, in each of the buildings because it's a separate program than the senior services. So we also have an advisory board that helps to support the senior center, and that's where we get, have our fundraisers and we take donations, and occasionally somebody leaves us a little money in their will and thinks of us, and that all helps support our programs. And there's no membership fee attached to belonging to a senior center. They just walk through the door and come on in. I know this isn't true necessarily over the state and over the nation, but it was very important to us that people were able to come to the center and not have to have it as an expense. There is a suggested donation for lunch if you're over age 60 and a flat fee of $7 if you're under the age of 60. So that's the only thing that we have in terms of monetary. So, which one do I press? The arrow, or you can, oops, sorry. Okay, where it started. So it started up at Northern State in 1973. Skagit County was up there. That's when they got the building in Mount Vernon, and senior services went into the Mount Vernon, the old Cleveland school. We were up at Valdez Center. I'm not sure where Burlington was, but it was operated Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the cost for lunch was 50 cents. And the hospital bus was used for outings for seniors, and I have so many pictures of that. They really loved their outings. It was moved to the Central School location when Northern State closed, which is notable because the school was condemned for use as a school, but it was apparently good enough for the seniors. Started there in April of 1974, and meals were provided by the local restaurants. Oops. So you can picture the seniors over there. Well, Spud was very involved in getting a senior center started and built across the park. And this is a quote that I found because I have a lot of materials of newspaper articles. And what I found is that there isn't a lot of newspaper articles happening these days, but there sure were back in the 70s and 80s. So Spud said, the present senior center is the dilapidated remnant of the condemned central school, located up several flights of stairs, which the elderly find difficult to climb into a setting that can, at best, be described as dismal. They don't object too loudly, but you can feel it. They need a new senior center. So he worked on this for, I'm guessing, about 5 or 6 years, and somebody can correct me or if they know. But here is the sign of the future home of the senior center with Eric Stendel and Jack Myers, Jolly, you can read them. They were all involved in getting together and pooling their resources. It started with a block grant of $267,000, and they were $92,000 short, but it became a group effort. The Lions Club and just everybody pitched in to make this building happen. And I will say I did I think it was a 20-year anniversary, and I was able to get Stan and Spud and Bud Norris. They all came, and Tim Holloran isn't in this picture, but he was head of the senior services at the time. And Don Massey, I don't know, I didn't know him, but I was able to have most of the guys that broke ground at the 20-year anniversary. It was a real community spirit effort, and Spud was really on top of getting this building done. So, which leads us to our 40th anniversary, and what have we been doing over there for the last 40 years? Well, it started in July of 1985, and it's been happening ever since with a lot of volunteers. Because as Renee said, we deliver Meals on Wheels out of the center every day, 5 days a week, and we use volunteers for dishes, Carl, and thank you on Mondays. And we use volunteers to help serve people. Right now, we're having an Easter luncheon over there, and the Old Time Fiddlers are playing, and we're probably serving about 80 to 90 people while I'm over here. But our volunteers are the heart of the center. We love them all, and some of them have been with us over 20 years. And I guess that's what I'm going to really miss when I retire, is the volunteers. I always said I was going to come back and be a volunteer dishwasher because it is the hardest job, and you need one every day. But I have one volunteer, and I'll share a funny with you. She said she had ate too many strawberries the night before her shift. But I want you to know that I'm a dedicated volunteer and I will answer the phone even if I have to sit somewhere else to do so. Because we have a cordless phone and the girls like to take it around with them when they're checking the building. A lot of you will remember the Wild Women of Woolley, and they were started in the 1980s. Or no, let's see, I was 1997. I think early 1995, sorry. Phyllis Christofferson, she was the coordinator that retired, and I took over for her in 1997, and the Wild Women of Woolley were going strong at that time. They raised a lot of money for Meals on Wheels. They had shows, they had calendar sales, they were in parades, and when Phyllis retired, she said, I want a parade, so we gave her a parade when she retired. Super fun. We've had a lot of partnerships over the years. We've been chamber members since I came on board, I believe. We've done Founders Day breakfasts at the center. We've partnered with the State Street High School kids when we first got our first computers. Evergreen School walked over and entertained us every year at Christmas. Washington Vocational, the ATTIC program, we are still doing that. We have students come and they're the Adult Transition to Independence Center. So they come and do jobs for us, help clean and shred papers and greet. That's Trevor, he was a greeter. And right now, Cascade Job Corps is coming and providing tech help. It's a partnership with the library, and the kids have been coming, and the seniors have just been really thrilled with this help with their phones, their tablets, and whatever needs they might have. We were also part of the farmers market back in the early days when David was a chamber director. There he is. We sold things like dog biscuits and lavender sachets. So we were trying to grow, well, we did. We grew our own crop of lavender out in the front of the senior center. That's what we put it in for. So we sold our items down at the farmers market. It was fun. It was a good partnership. We've also been partners with Rotary because we have that beautiful new addition out of the front of our building, thanks to Rotarians. Little article there, and I started working on it in 2005, and then we finished it in 2007. Roger, you were out there doing that cement work. It was great. We love it. Also, Rotary has given money for purchasing dining room chairs and our recently planned bocce court. So we have a saying, and it hangs right in the lobby: sit long, talk much, laugh often. And that's what we like to do. And we like to kind of fight ageism and keep it positive, and everybody's a friend, and you come in and you make some new friends. We've had some marriages. We've even Spud met Erlene Wally. Well, she was a receptionist, and then she couldn't volunteer anymore because her and Spud were busy going around. But yeah, anyways, I could comment more on that. So just to show you, March in 1995, we did 295 meals for the month. March 2025, we did almost 1,700 meals. And that's people coming through the door. So that's a lot. We had 1,900 people through the door in March of this year for activities and such. And yoga, I took that yesterday. So could get that up there because sometimes I'm a little bit busy to be taking pictures all the time. And I realized I didn't have any of yoga. Music, old time fiddlers, painting. We have a variety of programs. You just, if you want to sign up for our newsletter, I'll be happy to include you. I email it out every month. And then coming soon, this started this week. I thought that was a really cool picture of the saw blade going through the wall. but this is also a project where we want to be part of the park. We're going to have a patio, we're going to have a door, we're going to have the bocce court, minus the palm trees. So we hope you'll all come and play and check us out. And I invite you to our 40th anniversary celebration on July 18th, a little special entertainment. Country Meadow Village will be supplying the refreshments for our after hours, but we'd love to see you there. Come over and check us out. Okay. Any questions from anybody? Nope. Okay. Oh, Chris. No. No. Oh, you're welcome. And I'm very happy that, I see a few of you at lunch once in a while, either picking up or dining in. Oh.
Started Senior Center 28 years ago.
Yeah.
We love the Senior Center and we love the partnerships. We've gone on some great field trips over the years with residents and people at the Senior
Yes, we have. And I enjoyed working at Country Meadow Village as well. And I met a lot of people's parents or grandparents. I was hoping Daryl Skiles would be here today because I had this wonderful picture of Harold and Gladys celebrating their anniversary. So I've had the pleasure of knowing the senior population in, people's parents and grandparents. It's been great. Anyways, thank you.
So I think we should invite the Meals on Wheels person back because we ran a little long today and I feel bad about that. So let her know to get in touch and we'll give her the full 20 minutes next time. All right. Unless there's anything else, I think we will adjourn. Thanks for your patience today. We had a lot to get through.